Welcome back to First Day on the Job. Today we are interviewing Miss Bolding, who is our East facilitator. Hello, Miss Bolding.
Hi, Grace.
We have some questions to ask you about your job and how did you get to, be an East facilitator. So our first question is, what does a day in the life look like for you?
Well, I think that depends on the day. I also teach advanced science and I teach East, so depending on the day, I could be doing different jobs.
That's cool. Yeah. Is there anything that usually comes up or any schedules you usually follow?
Yeah, we follow a pretty strict schedule. So my 7th grade science students, it's pretty much, staying at our desk area, learning from each other, learning from me, doing group work, things like that. But East is very different because, we start together with just announcements and then we all go off and work on our individual projects.
Yes. It's a lot of fun, and that's another thing that our viewers that are at Washington this year should definitely join East next year. How did you get to where you are now?
Well, that's a long answer. So I actually started as a nursing major and then quickly discovered that maybe that wasn't my calling. I didn't really love going to work every day, even though I loved doing the job. I just, I felt like a different calling. So then I switched my major to teaching and just really fell in love with working with children. I actually started as a 3rd grade teacher of all things, so I taught all of the subjects. Then I moved up to 4th grade, then 5th grade, and then finally did 7th grade pre-engineering. Got recruited over here to Arkansas with my husband and started teaching science here at Washington. And then the East job became available, so I applied for that because it was my background in STEM. And yeah, long answer, but 22 years later, I'm really loving what I do.
That's really cool. What is your favorite part of your job?
I think the favorite part of my job is just seeing students learn and take ownership of what they want to learn and how they want to learn it and discovering new passions. It's really exciting.
Yeah, I love whenever I finally get a concept in class and stuff, but in East it's so easy to just, stick with something you like and you can go so far with it. What's one of your favorite memories of working in the job you are right now?
Oh gosh, I think there's so many. I guess just making connections with students and seeing them as they grow up and go through life. I like seeing how their path kind of plays out and keeping in touch with them as they grow and get older. It's just really neat to see. I had a very small part in their life, and I like to see what they're doing.
Do you have any examples of students you've seen grow through the years?
Yeah, actually, when I taught pre-engineering, one of my students, she didn't really love school. She actually very much disliked school and was often sick. I'm sick. Was sick a lot, but then I really got her engaged in the process of designing and 3D printing and showing her through my Go Girl Club how she could give back to the community. And she just flourished. She loved it, and I made connections with her. I invited her in for lunch chat so I could get to know her, really building that relationship, which is foundational. And, I have followed her whole life, and because she was in my STEM class and my STEM club, she now designs prosthetics for people.
Oh my goodness, that's so cool.
Yeah.
To think that, she was our age and then got so far. What class should I take to get to your job?
Well, to be a teacher, you need a bachelor's degree, so you have to have a 4-year degree. It's also highly recommended that you get your master's degree, which is another 2 years. You want to specialize in either administration or some sort of curriculum just to make you stand out above the others. So you have to have some degrees to get where you're going. Then you need to decide, are you elementary, are you middle, are you high school, are you special needs?
Yeah.
It just depends on where you want to go.
Any classes at BHS that I could take?
I think the Ignite program has some education classes that you could get in and take along the way if you want to be a teacher. And then you can intern back here at Washington if that's what you desire. Love to have you, of course. So yeah, but the high school I think would prepare you adequately to take those next steps.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So what job did you want to do at our age? Because I know, I have changed what job I want to do 15 times within 8th grade. So.
Yeah, so that's normal. Not everybody knows what they want to do when they're in 8th grade. Like I said, I started off in nursing. I worked in the hospital in labor and delivery, and I did like that, but I just felt like something was missing. Like, you don't really love your job going to it every day. Like, I look forward to, like, waking up and getting ready and coming to school. That's why I come early. I love being here, and I love the people here. So, you know, if you're not sure what you want to do, take classes and see what interests you. And then it's okay to start again. Try something else.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I like that there's so many different jobs you can pick. It's really hard. That's why we have this podcast, to kind of give you a sneak peek into, like...
And don't choose a job based on money. Money is not everything. It does not buy happiness.
Mm-hmm.
It buys things, but it doesn't buy happiness.
Yes. Is there anything else you wanted to add about East or jobs or anything else about, like, this podcast?
You know, I think a lot of people think of teaching like, oh, why be a teacher? They don't get paid anything. But it's not about money. It's about, you know, fulfilling your passion and what is your calling. And, you know, if teaching's your thing, then go for it. Jump all the way in and just let it take you where it needs to go. But I've loved it. 22 years. I plan to teach till, you know, I have gray hair and wear a bun every day. I don't know. Is that what they do when they get older?
I don't know. We have multiple teachers here. Yes. But thank you for being on our podcast and giving us an idea of, like, what it looks like to not only be a science teacher, but also an East facilitator.
Thanks for having me, Grace.
Yes.
Have a
We'll
great
see you
day.
guys next time on First Day on the Job.